guys! Today I'm going to review Friday the 13th, the first in the series of movies.
Friday the 13th. You may only see it once, but that will be enough.
Friday the 13th came out in 1980 and is an American slasher film. It was produced and directed by Sean S. Cunningham and was written by Victor Miller. Music was by Harry Manfredini, and he did most of the scores in the series of Friday the 13th films. It runs 95 minutes and only cost $550,000 to make. However, it was a massive success and made back $59.8 million, and this led to many more sequels. The film was prompted by the success of John Carpenter's Halloween 2 years earlier in 1978. Filming took place in Warren County, New Jersey. Makeup was by Tom Savini. The uncut version has 11 seconds more added. A novelisation came out in 1987. When the film came out, it had mixed reviews, but is still classed as a major important film in the horror genre. The film stars Betsy Palmer, Adrian King, Harry Crosby, Laurie Bartram and Kevin Bacon in one of his first films. So what I'm thinking about is every Friday the 13th I'll do one in the series. Yeah! So this is the first one, and it's quite different from the rest of the series because it's not really Jason who's doing the murders, it's his mother.
Oh, I couldn't let them open this place again. Could I? Not after what happened.
So like all these films in the series, you get these group of characters and they get killed one after another until there's about one left. So it's a pretty standard story, but like I say, the twist is it's his mother this time. Victor Miller was delighted in inventing a serial killer who turned out to be somebody's mother, a murderer whose only motivation was the love for a child. He said, "I took motherhood and turned it on its head, and I think that was great fun. She was the mother I always wanted, a mother who would have killed for her kids." So the film starts in 1958 in a sort of prologue sequence where you see this boy and girl get murdered after having sex by an unseen killer. Oh, you always get knockers in them films, Phil. My type of movie. Then you get the traditional titles in the series where you say Friday the 13th coming up and a pane of glass shattering.
Friday the 13th.
It's always fun saying the titles in this film. So every movie has kind of the same footage with subtle differences. Harry Manfredini did a brilliant score for the movie, and he does the music in most of the films in the series. So you hear this sinister music when you see these point of view shots, and you just know something's going to happen.
Oh hi! What are you doing out in this mess?
Another bonus for the film, and all of the films in the series actually, is the setting, Camp Crystal Lake. So in these movies you see beautiful footage of lakes and trees, so it's like a resort. And it's always creepy watching films that are set in sort of like wooded, isolated places, because it always feels more dangerous. And it's also interesting that the film's all set on one day, Friday the 13th. I think the high point of this film though is Tom Savini's makeup. I think he's the main contributing factor of the film's success, because some of the gore effects are really well done. I especially like the little dagger spear coming out of the guy's throat. Tom Savini was hired to design the film's special effects, based upon his work in George A. Romero's Dawn of the Dead. Savini's design contributions included crafting the effects of the axe wound in the face, the arrow penetrating Jack's throat, and the decapitation by a machete. And the characters in this first film seem a little bit better than usual. The acting's slightly better as well.
We're we're going to play strip Monopoly. I'll be the shoe. You have got to be kidding.
What about if Steve walks in?
We'll give him a handicap. He can keep his boots on. Everything else goes. It's easy. Instead of paying rent, you pay clothes. Bill can be banker. Unless, of course, he's chicken.
Hey, Phil, I wish I was playing strip Monopoly with them.
Yes, Bones, I'll play. I'll be the banker.
Yeah, there'd be more than a bloody banker. You'd be a bloody wanker.
You even get Kevin Bacon popping up.
Hey, Phil, that's that bugger out of Footloose.
The downside, though, is the actual storyline. Like all the films in the series, it's just basically watching a group of young people getting killed off one by one. And you're wondering in which ways they're going to get killed off. Which is okay if you just want to watch a slasher film. But it can get a little bit tedious. I much prefer psychological horror. The film does pick up in the final 20 minutes though, where you see who the actual murderer is. It's Jason's mother, and she gives a brilliant performance actually of a deranged mother. She looks properly unhinged, so it was a good performance. I also like the final jump sequence right at the end of the movie where there's a girl on a boat, and the final few seconds you see Jason coming out of the water, grabbing her.
Yeah, hell, I nearly bloody shit myself. I think I was touching bloody cloth.
And it's also noted that the actual makeup on Jason, even though you only see him for a few seconds, it's really well done. So unfortunately the film does slow down a little bit in the midsection. The middle section of the film is a bit tedious. So overall I did find the film slightly overrated. Slasher films, I much prefer the Halloween films. They seem a bit more interesting. But I did enjoy it. It's an above average slasher film. So out of 10, I'd give this one an 8. 8 out of 10. What do you think, Bones? Did you like it?
I thought it was bloody excellent film, top marks. Loads of bloody birds in.
Okay everybody, bye. Like, subscribe and share. Bye. Bye.
Lose, get down.